Good morning. We are at the 16th annual Telling Tales at RBG in Hendry Park, and I'm being joined by Heather, who is the executive director this year. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me, Emily.
I love how this year the concept has really pivoted a little bit. We're really focusing on kids with different abilities, and everybody is welcome. I love that.
Yes, the festival has done a lot of work over the last few months to figure out what a yes space would look like for littles of all ages, littles, middles, and bigs, actually.
I like that.
So we have stages for kids that are age-based. We've got 0 to 6, 6 to 8, 9 to 12, and 13 plus.
Okay.
And we've created different inclusive activities that will augment the storytelling at each stage that are age appropriate. So I've brought a few with me.
Okay, let's see what we
fun.
got here, because I'm like all about into activities.
So we have this beautiful book. Jessica Rose is a local author, and it's about kind of finding materials and environmental consciousness.
So pretty.
And this is such a lovely little activity. So for kids that want to do kind of hands-on activities and very visual things, you can find things in your garden like this, and if you just put like the tracing paper over top of it.
Oh, I see what I'm about to do.
It's amazing the pretty things that we can create. So here's a little Telling Tales crayon.
Okay, and then am I gonna kind of color over top?
Yeah, just do a little sketch.
Oh, you can kind of start to see the dimension and the, oh yeah, look at me go, making my own feather.
You can layer different found objects. So this is one of the activities that we had at that 9 to 12 stage. We had a bunch of young men participating in it, which was adorable.
They loved it.
At the library this summer.
And I think it's really important for parents to recognize and realize that if they bring their child here that has, learning disabilities or learning advantages, that they're welcome and that they are able to do what they can instead of just having to sit and listen.
Yes. We'll set some expectations. We'll do a little volume check at the beginning of a performance, just so the kids know, like, hey, we're expecting you not to be loud.
Yep.
But maybe down here. So we'll like create clear expectations, but then let kids find one of the activity centers that speaks to them.
I think that is so great, because I grew up in that fear-based learning where, it was like you need to listen or else. Whereas this is really letting the kids experiment with their own diversities and their own levels of where they want to be.
Totally, and the authors have been wonderful bringing their own kind of ideas to the table, and so we're incorporating a lot of their ideas into the activity stations, and we've worked with an occupational therapist as well to kind of help us hone in on
Amazing.
them.
Okay, when's the festival happening?
September 21st and 22nd here at the beautiful RBG. We're very excited. It's 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., so there's something all day long.
Okay, and there is something for everyone, so make sure you come and check it out. Coming up, we are going to be coloring. We're going to be checking in with one of the authors, so don't go anywhere. There's lots more coming up from RBG on Morning Life. Back at the beautiful RBG, Telling Tales Festival is happening on the weekend of the 21st and 22nd, so you're going to want to come and check this out. Richard, you're going to be here on the 22nd. You're an author. You specialize in children's stories. You tell people or teach people how to write. Are you going to teach me how to write?
I'm going to teach anybody who wants to how to write, because everybody has a story, and everybody's story is best told by them.
Okay.
So, and everybody's story matters. I want everybody to feel seen, everybody to mention that, to work out how to do it. So I'll give you some tricks and tips, if you want to call it. There's only one rule in storytelling, and that rule is don't be boring. Everything else, anything else can happen. There's no other rules. So we're going to build a story now in 6 panels.
Okay.
We're going to. I'm going to have a kid.
Okay.
Panel 1.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm a talented artist.
Yes, you're very good.
I don't even know if the kid has a sex. Whatever. They are there, and they meet a dog.
A dog.
And this is a dog.
That's a dog?
Not now, honey. Not now. Yes, it's a dog. An angry dog. Okay.
Oh, it's a mad dog.
Yes.
Okay.
Looks a bit like an octopus.
It does, but we're gonna go dog.
So
Okay.
the kid meets the octopus, the dog.
Right.
Now, what happens next? Again, there's no rule except here's the thing: in a story, something should go wrong. So
Something is gonna go very
The kid
wrong.
could connect with the dog and be charming and take the dog home. That can work if mom and dad hate dogs.
Totally.
Or the kid can actually be attacked by the dog. What do you think? What would you like to do?
I think
How
the
about that?
kid should be attacked
Okay,
by
so
the dog.
so the dog is running after the kid,
Yep.
and you're saying to yourself, Richard, the dog has changed. Yes, it has.
That's okay.
And the kid is running. All we see is the legs.
Okay.
Okay. Says the kid.
Do you illustrate your own stories, Richard?
Can't you tell? I'm actually, yes. In fact, I've been given the Da Vinci Award a couple of years in a row. Okay, so there's a kid attacked by the dog. Now, here's the thing: when you're building a story, you want to solve a problem, but not right away. You want to make the problem worse first. So
Worse?
Worse. You make the problem. Oh,
I know.
In a
Yeah.
SpongeBob episode, it's 10 minutes long. SpongeBob gets in trouble in minute number 1.
Yeah,
and he
and
gets
stays in
worse
trouble.
and worse and worse.
Is this going to be water
So
or a
this is
puddle?
going to be a hole.
Oh, see, I was going to say that. I was
This
like,
is a
there should
hole,
be like a puddle
and the
or
kid,
water.
sadly, has fallen down the hole.
Oh no.
So the kid and the dog is right here.
Yep.
And you're thinking, Richard, what are you? Yes. Shh.
No, I like the dog now. The dog has evolved.
Okay, the dog-
now looks like a superhero.
No kidding. Okay, so what has happened? The kid has fallen down the hole. The problem has got worse. How do we bring the story home? We
solve the problem.
We resolve the problem. We ask, why is the kid walking in the first place? And the
Oh.
kid is walking. Well, we can work out. Is the kid going to grandma's house? Is the kid going to the store? You pick. What do you think?
I feel like the kid was going to get a hot dog.
Kid was going to get a hot dog. Okay, so the kid has fallen down the hole. Oh no, the dog chases after the kid? No, the dog saves the kid.
Right.
Here.
Yep. This is where the feel-good story happens.
And now we have the feel-good story, and the kid goes to the hot dog stand. This is a hot dog umbrella.
Yep. I like it. Hot dog, yep. Descriptive,
And
that's
the
good.
kid has a hot dog.
And does he share with the dog?
The kid buys the dog its own hot dog.
Oh, yes. Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's all we have time for. So that was like the quickest, best story ever.
And it matters because we both had input into
Yeah.
it. So your story matters. This is the book. Enjoy. Just quickly, I'm supposed to be talking about this one because, in fact, involves a seriously neurodivergent hero. Very much like me. It's actually me if I'm 13 years old. Imagine Catcher in the Rye meets Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It's perfect for today's generation.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you so much, Richard.
Thank
It was
you.
a real pleasure. We had so
Nice
much
to meet-
fun with you, and now we have a brand new story. Lots more coming up from Telling Tales at RPG. We are back at Telling Tales with author Kate Landry, and this is such a magical book. Now, I haven't read the whole thing, but I know the synopsis, and I like Beatrice. You know,
Me
she
too.
is a, don't take no for an answer kind of gal.
Yeah, I think that I was so pleased at how she developed over time as I was writing her into someone who has an idea of what she wants, and when she doesn't get exactly that, instead of sort of mourning what she didn't get, she rolls with the punches and goes on a journey to figure out
Yeah.
how to care for the friend she did get.
So, like, she really wants like a puppy, and she doesn't get a puppy. She gets this, which
She
is
gets-
a Venus flytrap.
Named Barb.
Did she come up with the name?
Beatrice is not a real person.
No, but
does she in the book?
In the book,
Yeah, I suppose
yeah.
she does. It doesn't really say. But
Barb.
the idea started with sort of just a visual joke in my head that I thought it would be hilarious to have a kid with an unconventional pet throwing a ball that the pet couldn't chase.
It's so good.
And then I thought the idea of a bloodthirsty plant
Yeah.
named Barb would make kids giggle.
Because
So-
it's so suitable. It's made
Yeah.
me giggle, so
Yes.
it's definitely going to make kids giggle.
So one of the activities we've done at a lot of my events is this flytrap puppet making craft. And so, well, you work on one there.
Okay.
This is a finished one. And so I always have the kids name their flytrap. And so this is Jeffrey.
Jeff, see
So-
the adult names,
The things
like
that
the
kids
people
come up
names
with.
are the best.
We've had ones named Cheeseburger. A lot of kids name them after
Cheeseburger.
themselves. And then it gives us a chance to just talk a little bit about the simple anatomy of a flytrap. So
Yeah.
the idea that on the inside we put these little lines, which are the trigger hairs that
Trigger hairs.
the fly trap to close, and we feeded a bug. When I started, I didn't really know anything about fly traps. And
now you know everything.
As I discovered, they're actually incredibly miraculous creatures that are so well adapted to their habitat. They only are native to one very small part of the United States.
Okay.
And they are able to thrive in a landscape where almost nothing else is.
Wow.
So I started with just this idea that it would be funny, but I ended up with this concept of a girl caring for this plant that's actually a really cool species that she gets to become an expert in.
Oh no.
Oh, please, there's nothing, can't go wrong.
I made mine, oh wait, there we go.
You got it.
I got it. I thought I was making mine pink.
And then even though it's not, I tell kids it's not actually anatomically correct. We put some googly eyes on it.
Of course we do.
Why not?
This is the best.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna name mine Frank.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, this is Frank.
Yeah, and you can pick I think Frank might enjoy a mosquito.
Agreed, because I don't like mosquitoes, and Frank is gonna protect me.
Fly traps don't just eat flies. They eat all sorts of bugs.
All sorts of insects? Okay, and you're gonna be here for the event.
I am, I'm so excited.
And you're gonna be reading.
I am, this is my first time at the festival, and I've been so blessed to be able to work with I love Frank, to be able to work with the Inclusive Tales initiative through the festival, which is really focusing on helping authors create readings that are interactive and inclusive.
And for just everybody.
For everybody, and really taking the book from a two-dimensional object and making it an experience, which I think is always a plus.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I've got glue all over myself now. That's all right. It's all part of the fun. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you at the festival. And coming up on Morning Live, coloring. Yes, one of my favorite activities. Don't go anywhere. Lots more coming up on Morning Live.
I came to Canada with my mom in '97. My mom told me that North America was a land of freedom, of opportunity and multiculturalism. She always told me that we were home. But lately it's been starting to feel a little less like home. More like isolation and feeling alone, because things that I hear got me chilled to the bone. We're still fighting discrimination based on religion and skin tone. Because here, people are more concerned with celebrity gossip and living urban, that cultural awareness is just a burden. Wake up, meet real people, and start learning, because people that are scared of Muslims avoid Sikh people wearing turbans.
Wow.
Thank you.
I want to hear the rest of it.
You'll have to wait.
I mean, we don't have time for the whole thing, but that is so powerful and real.
Thank you.
Wow, this is Wally, everybody.
Nice to meet you.
Wally is going to be performing at Telling Tales Festival on the Sunday, so the 22nd. You've got this wonderful book that you've written. It's called Call Me Al. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, this is a partnership between me and my friend Eric Walters, and I wanted to really talk about the story of immigrant kids that deal with racism, that deal with discrimination, and what that experience is like in a very truthful and honest way. So it's basically, like, in a way, it's loosely based off my own personal experiences.
I was going to say, because you guys immigrated from Pakistan,
to
right?
Canada, yeah. And how not only myself, but so many kids deal with those experiences growing up, where they are called different names or different racial slurs, and feel really badly about you know, their identity and who they are.
Well, because I think in the story, or the expert that you just gave us, like, your mom was very correct in saying that, you know, Canada is so multicultural, and it's, you know, essentially a place for everyone to call home. At least that's the impression that we want to give.
Absolutely.
But then, of course, you get here and the story could alter.
Yeah. And we have had an incredible time in Canada. It is. I'm very proud to be Canadian.
Yeah.
But there is definitely a reality of difficulty, and you know, in the midst of that, finding yourself. And I think this book and my own personal journey was really about bridging the gap between my culture and where my parents came from, you know, and what that was like, and also very much growing up in the West and being Canadian, and what is that like, and how do you have a conversation with your parents about things like dating, which are kind of like a foreign foreign concept to them, right?
Totally.
And maybe they don't even speak English all that well, so even communication is difficult. And this book really brings those ideas and concepts together in a way that kids can really understand.
And probably so helpful for kids like yourself who immigrated to Canada in their early years or were born in Canada with immigrant parents, being first-generation Canadian.
That's
how
right.
helpful this really would be for them.
That's right.
Well, this is incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Certainly profound and interesting. With Eric Walters is the other author, and you are going to be telling your story and here at Telling Tales Festival in the beautiful RBG Garden on Sunday, September 22nd. Thanks again, Wally.
Thank you.